And that's AKA on VOW FM 88.1. That one is called One Time. Black Coffee and Shakina came through before that with a brand new one, Your Eyes. I did promise that I'm bringing people here to chat about hashtag open up the industry, right? A lot of people have been saying, opportunities are given to the same people. We don't know where auditions are happening. How can we get on? Well, I made a plan for you because I'm trying to put you on, right? I've got guys in studio that might have opportunities for you, especially if you're interested in television, right? 3 gentlemen joining me right about now. I'll ask them why they didn't bring a lady, because that's a problem. In this day and age, 3 guys. Huh? Well, she's not on the mic, but, Anyway, let me ask you guys to introduce yourselves. We'll start with you. Andrew, please tell us what you do and, who are you basically?
Johnathan Andrews, and that's photographer and filmmaker. And I'm here because of the Gusto project.
Gusto project?
Yes.
All right. Pretty ugly. We've had him in studio,
yes,
so we know who he is, man.
What's up, Keyez?
Are you good, my good?
I'm easy, my homie.
So tell me about Master of the Rhythm. How was that? Because the last time we spoke, it was that,
It was $2, man. Just coming into the door now, I just heard that, they were speaking about my performance for Moons,
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to you guys. Shout out to you guys for, being the official sponsors for that. I'm here for a different cause today. Pretty ugly, in case you don't know. Pretty ugly, you don't know me yet. Rapper. Just hashtag in the mood. Hashtag come to my Gusti. Hashtag Gusto project. And you'll find out who I am.
But Soko, can I just say, he's playing it down because people were virtually screaming as he came in here.
It's got that kind of impact, man. Wherever he goes, people just start screaming, And I've got my guy over here, Simphiwe.
Yeah, what's up, man?
You good?
I'm all good, buddy.
Tell us about Simphiwe, man. Introduce us to Simphiwe.
Yeah, I'm Simphiwe Petros. I'm a whole lot of things, man. For mainly a TV presenter, presenter of the Gusto project, radio presenter on Cliff Central. I host the Unplugged and In Charge radio show.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to make moves and leave my mark on history, bro. That's what it's all about,
I always like it when I have another radio presenter on the other side, right?
Yeah, bro.
Rating so far, how am I doing so far?
No, you're doing a good job, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, Keyez. Shout out to you, bro.
All right, man. We're talking Gusto projects. A lot of people might be wondering, what is that, Keyez? Gusto projects, do we find it on TV? Find it on the internet? Is it just a hashtag on Twitter? What exactly is Gusto project, gents?
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Gusto project is twofold.
Okay.
Simphiwe, yes, is our presenter. Gusto project is a platform that we created to feature, firstly, established, known artists like Priddy Ugly. We get guys like that on the show, and we connect with them, we talk to them, we find out what makes them these icons, these characters, these people who make other people scream when they walk down the passage. And we put these features out for now online. We've got a YouTube channel, Gusto Project, and we let up and coming artists and of course people at large watch these programs where we connect with these artists and get behind what's the artistry. And people have the opportunity to audition and become part of the Gusto project in a greater platform. But I think I'm going to leave it at there for now because there's a lot more.
There's a lot more to it. I think that what we need to realize, I'm sick and tired of hearing open up the industry. What we're doing out here is really creating a platform for up-and-coming artists to showcase and express themselves. There are a lot of talented people out here in South Africa, but there aren't enough opportunities, right? But this is one of the things that we're doing. We're creating a platform for people to come in and express themselves and also have the privilege to be profiled amongst the likes of Pretty Uglies, people that are really doing major things in South Africa, making waves and really trying to make a statement with their lives. I think it's an exciting time to be alive, I have to say. I've met some interesting people and, this is just the beginning. Who knows where Gusto Project might end. This is just us online because there are no restrictions online.
Straight up,
and we're going all out, I have to say.
Oh, yeah.
I have to ask you, Priddy Ugly, they're talking about featuring people who have done it all. I mean, great artists who make people scream, right?
No doubt.
What was the difference between being featured on Gusto projects as well as being on, let's say, YoTV, for example?
Look, man, I'll be very, very honest. Like, I mean, when I met Johnathan and when he told me about what the Gusto project was about, and he told me it was about, like, just like getting an in-depth of who the artist is outside of, like, what people know. Not like, what is your name? Where did you get your name from? They want to know what is the passion that drives the artist, know, what is your goal? What are your achievements? What have you struggled with? You know, so the interview that you see with me on Gusto Project is very, very in depth, very, very long. You know, you get to hear me like open up about like very personal things that have happened to me in the industry, outside of the industry. So it's more about it's a lot more than just touching base on the surface. It's really about going in depth and finding out what really is behind the artists and the characters that they are and the characters that they present.
Now, Johnathan, you're the founder, right?
Yes.
What made you decide to have something like this? Because somebody might look at you and be like, Johnathan is an old white man. Surely he's got enough money. He can just sit at home, right? I mean, a lot of people look at you and blatantly be like that. Like, this guy, he doesn't need to do this.
Okay, but you know, thank you for asking that question.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to respond to the first bit, but the second.
No. Obviously, yeah.
It's interesting how it came about, because the Gusto Project is not something which was conceived in isolation. Now, as part of the studio that I have in Stonebridge Centre in Edenvale, I have a group of interns involved in the creative process in the studio. Now, these are photographers, filmmakers, script writers, social media guys, the whole creative show. And we had a series of meetings in the beginning of this year. And participating in these creative discussions with the guys, I wanted to see how I can be instrumental in establishing and creating a platform or something for these guys to not just scream when they see Priddy Ugly walking down the passage, but where they can experience artists from various backgrounds, whether they're rappers or hip-hop or film directors, whatever. So very quickly we came up with this concept of, why don't we create a show? We didn't know what to call it then. Why don't we create a show and see if we can have artists come up on the show, have a chat with me initially, and let's see where things go. So that is where the Gusto Project started. It is and was and probably will be a passion project, but it has to have no limits.
Yeah. And now the name, what inspired the name? Because you said you thought of a TV show, but you didn't have a name.
Now, the name is quite frankly, it's an old term. An artist doing something with gusto, with enthusiasm, and with passion. And that's it, the Gusto Project.
Yeah.
We are talking the Gusto projects on the Lift Club, man. I've got three people who are involved with the project joining us in studio. Simphiwe Petros, the host of the Gusto project, Priddy Ugly been featured on it, as well as the founder of it. Right now, you spoke about interns and all of that. We'll get to opportunities a bit later on, right? Yeah. But now, Simphiwe, when you were given opportunities to be part of this, a lot of people might have said, still starting out, might just be online. A lot of people might not have internet. How did you approach it when they came up to you like, my guy, this is what we're starting. We want you to be part of it?
I think the deeper thing we need to find out is the purpose behind the thing, because most people look at an up-and-coming brand and think, no, man, I don't want to get myself involved. For me, there's a deeper thing behind it, because there's a lot of problems we face in this world, and this is one of the solutions that are out there, you know. We want to make the arts a real thing again. It's not just a facade that you see with artists out there. We want to make it a real thing for people to pursue. A lot of talented people out there, and I wanted to be part of a solution and really leave my mark. I'm all about leaving my mark, bro, on my generation and the generation after the next generation, because people must remember what we've done here. It's a major thing, because if you're not really focused on the solutions that are possible out here, we'll forever be dwelling on the problems we face. And the industry is open. You just need to open it up for yourself.
Yeah.
All
right, man. We've been talking for so long. I'm pretty sure you're thinking, but Keyez, Priddy Ugly's a rapper. Why don't you play some of his music, man? We're here to showcase a whole lot of talents, man. So you know what? Let me get into music by Priddy Ugly and Big Star Johnson. We'll continue with the Gusto projects, especially some of the opportunities they have for you, because I know you're pretty interested, thinking, how do I get behind the camera? How do I help out? Because I'm currently studying here at Wits University, doing BA in television, for example. I want a bit of experience behind the camera. We'll get into all of that after Priddy Ugly and Big Star Johnson.
The Lift Club.
Chains for my neck to say, look at this spark that I ignite. Kempton Park, we are in flight. On the come up, they weren't giving us no invites. Now we find them in the DMs after midnight. east side, we the best side. Chill life when we get out. Get by with my gent side. Let's vibe, Baba, let's ride.
Representing the east side, man. His name is Priddy Ugly on VOW FM 88.1. Hangouts with Big Star Johnson on that. It's called Nobody. Would you play your music, man? I saw an interview the other day where you're always complaining that your music's not on radio.
Hey, bro, shout out to you guys, man. But I know you guys, since like the beginning of my career, have been like showing me love all around. You know, we just need to get the rest to do the same thing.
All right, man. We're chatting Gusto Projects. That's why the guys are in studio with us today, man. Priddy Ugly's out here. We also got Johnathan, the founder of the whole project, as well as the guy that actually hosts Gusto Project. Now, we spoke about auditions, right? What do people actually audition for? Are people auditioning to replace Simphiwe? Are people auditioning for something else?
Replace Simphiwe?
I don't know about that. I think I do a pretty good job, eh? I think I'll hold it down.
Hey, my guy, you'd be surprised with entertainment.
Yeah, bro. It's crazy, this industry, dog.
Competitive. No, okay. Now, it's really not very complicated. Gusto Project, as I explained earlier, would feature someone like Priddy Ugly. Now, by the way, we are preparing right now to drop the episode with Priddy Ugly.
Nice.
So watch out for that. But now, so we've got this platform where we engage with these established artists. But yes, Priddy Ugly has been featured many times before, maybe not really in this context, but we want to create this platform where up-and-coming artists, guys who are rappers, guys who in hip-hop, etc., 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 can come and show us what they've got and then compete to be featured as a Priddy Ugly on the Gusto platform. The whole idea is to give people opportunity to let them speak and tell us who they are, showcase their artistry, and then in that way open up the industry. Let them be known, let their voice be heard on a powerful platform.
Yeah, I think a major thing with it is really stepping out of your comfort zone. Like with the auditions we've had in the past few weeks, I remember one girl, she was completely nervous. She didn't even want to sing. She was like, nah, I can't do this, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
But when she got on stage and she did what she did, it was amazing, bruh. And I think that's the major thing we're trying to get across, is really providing you a platform, but also making you allowing you to step out of your comfort zone and truly express yourself. Do something that you've never done before. You have nothing to lose, and the sky is only the limit when you're willing to step out, you know. And when we get to the profiling of the Gusto Project, I mean, you really share the stage. You share a platform with really established guys. Priddy Ugly had his thing. We've profiled a whole lot of other people, and we're still in the process of profiling some major guys in South Africa. And the power of association is a major thing. It's true exposure for me.
Yeah.
Would you say a Gusto Project work in a sense of an interview of some sort? Like, it's basically you telling your story on camera? Or
Okay, look, for the first step with auditioning is that you literally come to our studio and you've got 15 minutes to shine and 15 minutes to show us why we should feature you. Now, the feature is a probably 15-minute interview that we have with you, but when we publish the final feature, it would be some cutaways to where this guy's busy doing his mix in his studio or performing or whatever. So it's really a mini documentary with an interview about the upcoming artist.
Plus, when you're sitting with me, trust, I'm gonna go in here. I'm gonna find out what's that Gusto about. Why it makes you so special, and why do you want to do this so badly? Let's see what it takes, and let's see what you have to share with the world.
All right, man, we're talking Gusto projects and Gusto auditions as well, giving you an opportunity. We are in some way opening up the industry. This is your chance to actually also gain a bit of confidence in front of the camera, because like you said, that girl being nervous and trying to run away, that's a confidence issue, and you need that, because one day you'll get called SABC, like, here's a show. You get there, you freeze, they're like, you see, this is why we don't want to work with people who are still coming up, you know?
Yeah.
All right, and then in terms of, I asked you guys about behind the camera, is it just for the guys who want to be on the couch, or do you guys have opportunities for guys who are interested in being behind the camera, guys who have creative ideas, guys who are studying that BA in television and they're thinking, I'm only interested in being a director, guys, but do you have opportunities for me?
We absolutely have opportunities for people to become involved in a program that we have especially created, and the program is just more than 1 year old now.
Okay.
It's a skills development program where we allow for graduates from university or technicon or college in their disciplines relevant to creating a TV show, shooting a documentary, etc., to participate in actual productions and gaining experience, trying to address a very important need that we have, and this is a need not only in this country but worldwide, where yes, you've completed your degree, but how much are you worth with that degree without having the experience? And that's the kind of bridge that we're trying to build and that we do provide.
And now Gusto for now is still on YouTube, right? Next step, what is the next step for Gusto projects? Is it a matter of we're going to run it on YouTube for a couple of years and see where we can put it, or you already have a plan like, okay, after such a long time?
Gusto is powerful, and Mr. Priddy Ugly sitting next to me here was part of a very, very important historic meeting yesterday.
Yeah.
And I'm saying this slowly and clearly so that you can hear. There are big things coming. Not only TV. TV is not big enough. It can't contain what we've got here. So one of the first things coming is a massive collaboration that we're working on with a number of artists. I'm not going to name all of them now. And this is the first time that we're saying this publicly.
Okay.
Early next year. And then, yes, of course, maybe TV will come. But we are going to be too big for TV to contain.
Sheesh.
And I think the nice thing,
let Priddy Ugly speak.
I want to hear from
you.
Can I just
You
add
say
on,
that.
right? Just to give thanks to the Gusto project and to Johnathan.
Yeah.
When I stepped into Johnathan's studio, just to touch base on him giving people an opportunity and a platform. It's not just about the artists who are coming there and who get to tell their story. I went there, bro, and I met up with people who I went to tertiary with, who are upcoming sound engineers back then, people who are into film, who a lot of them couldn't get jobs or couldn't get, couldn't really get occupation anywhere else, And Johnathan offered, a place for them to come and really explore their creativity and put to use what they learned in school or in the years of experience of whatever they've been doing. So I think it's just like a beautiful platform. Just the energy. Once you step into the studio, man, every person that you meet, from the lady at reception to the guy behind the computer, is just talented people, man, driven people and passionate people. So it's just a beautiful
And this is
experience.
where we have to say that's ugly.
Yeah.
It's very ugly.
I'm going to say just expect the unexpected. Expect a fusion of all kinds of music, the arts, in a real way, something that hasn't been seen in South Africa as yet. We're going all out. We're breaking barriers and we're setting a new standard. That's what we're all about.
Let me ask this, is just for artists and stuff like that, because we have to be real here, man. A lot of people want to be TV presenters. They're not thinking about being artists or anything like that. Is Gusto projects just for people who are artists, who want to be featured on it? Nobody is looking for presenters just yet.
Well, let me answer this. It's a long answer, but Gusto project right now is presented by Simphiwe. But as it's growing, one of the things that people have already started asking us is, why don't you follow Priddy Ugly? Why don't you follow DJ at Large? Why don't you follow this one and that one and show us where they go, what they do, where they make the magic happen? So, of course, there's opportunity. Mr. Petros is very busy, so he can't be everywhere. There is opportunity for presenters. But coming to the other part of the question, an artist would be a movie director. One of the first features that we did was to feature Tolga Karachelik and Emin Alper. They are Cannes and Sundance Film Festival winners. They got brought out to the Gusto project in collaboration with the Turkish embassy, the Turkish government, to have them tell the story. So it's film directors, it's choreographers, it's actors, etc. So that definition of artist is not just the painter, but it transcends these creative platforms.
Opportunities galore at the Gusto Projects, man. So, guys, just to wrap it up, right? Where do people actually get more info on you guys? Do you guys have a website? Are you active on Twitter? Because that's where everybody is.
Yeah.
How do they actually get hold of you guys?
So the first touch point is really our website, www.gustoproject.com. But we also reaching out, and we've got we're all over on social media. You can check us out at Gusto Project, Gusto_project on Twitter. We're on the Gusto Project. We've got a Facebook page on Facebook, and then Gusto Project on Instagram as well.
And otherwise, hashtag Gusto Project.
Yeah,
and hashtag it on all platforms, it'll pop up.
And more importantly, hashtag Gusto Auditions, because that's the major thing that we're pushing.
That's the major one.
And just yesterday, Priddy Ugly did such a nice promo for us. So may I ask, can you remember what you said?
I think I kind of do.
Okay, so please do that. But no, before he goes, I want to say auditions have opened today and will be open until the 10th of December. Where we are now reaching out and we saying, come, if you're an upcoming artist, come and audition, because we are busy with the second wave right now. And if you can remember.
Oh yeah. Now, I'm putting my radio skills.
I'm killing my
doing this for free. I'm not doing this for free. I'm just saying. I'm joking. Hey, yo, what up? I go by the name of Priddy Ugly, and you don't know me yet, Mr. Bula Boo, Mr. Cocaine Ghost, Mr. My Swing. If you're talented, if you're passionate, if you believe in yourself, I need you guys to go to www.gustoproject.com, hashtag Gusto Auditions on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and come and stand a chance to be, to be featured somewhere where I've been, next to greats like Johnathan Andrews and the likes of everybody who's been on stage, everybody who's been on the Gusto Project. Come through, it's going to be fun.
Awesome. Great, thank you.
Okay. That was pretty ugly. That was pretty ugly, man. One last thing, Johnathan. This is not just for the East Side boys, right? Because you mentioned Pretty Ugly, Kempton Park. DJ at large, I know him as well, Kempton Park. What's happening here, Johnathan?
No, only Kempton Park people. Only. No, but thank you for asking that, because just last week, this is now not someone audition, please, but we featured Lay Lizzie. It was a beacon rap sensation. This is open to anybody and everybody. There's no borders. So come.
All right, guys, you said Pretty Ugly's episode is dropping soon. Give us a date, man, because a lot of people are probably want to diarize it. Like, you know how they love him, right?
Yes. We are going to drop Pretty Ugly within the next 48 hours.
Next 48 hours, you better make sure that
get there first.
Make sure you're in front of a computer in the next 48 hours. Go onto YouTube, check for Gusto Project. Pretty Ugly will be out there if you love him that much, man. Guys, thank you very much for joining us. Lastly, social media sides for specifically Simphiwe, Pretty Ugly, and Johnathan, the individual ones.
All right. So I'm at Simphiwe Petros on all social media platforms. I made it easy for you. So,
I mean, same, man. I'm Priddy_ugly on all platforms. Alternatively, go to www.priddyugly.com.
Great stuff.
And Twitter, it's Andrews_JC, or just Google Johnathan Andrews.
Great stuff, man. You've been complaining. Here we are trying to give you opportunities. Here we are trying to open up the industry on the Lift Club. So do check them out. Go out and audition until the 10th of December. That physical address, that's what we forgot. I knew I'm forgetting something.
Okay,
where exactly are the studios?
That's Stoneridge Shopping Centre. That's number 1 Stoneridge Drive. It's in Greenstone, Edenvale.
Great stuff, man. Gents, thank you very much.
Sweet, man.
Thank you.
You heard him, man. Mr. Bula Boot himself. He said you might not know him, but you will know him by the end of today. Already played one with Big Star Johnson. Here's Bula Boot, the song he mentioned.
Turn up the volume. It's another blazing jam on 88.1 VOW FM.
Look, I'ma keep a blunt dude. On the track, I'ma do what a blunt do. Burn when I come through. I can do what I want to. Devil, how I stun dude. Dread a young lady with her head out the sunroof. Ain't what we gon' do. Here's what we gon' do. Bang like a gun do. I got a couple goons and they keep a couple guns too. So who you gonna run to when you find me in the streets and we finally meet in the true que le pantula. Sugar like Pantola. True, school and you dumb fools. So you better move. Do like I do as soon as I compose. Do like I do, I do like I do. Do like I do, I do. In a land where the nightmares come true. A place that the bad chicks come to. And when I bust nut, you better trust in my crew when I bust too. So here's what it's come to. I'm busy doing shit that you can't do. Well, you can come and dance too. Begging on no pants pool. Bring friends for the fun too. Screaming in my head, I will see to la do. Just tell your girls to bring their girls so we can hula hoop. And if you got a cooler box and let your hula hoot. Just park your car just to the side, I will deep hula boop.